All right, all right. What up?
What's up? What's
What's
up?
going on?
The breakdown.
We're
We're
back.
back.
We are back. We gotta get a theme song. We need to reach out to our boy Low, get us a new breakdown theme song or something so we
Make
can
our own
start.
theme song. We're back.
So breakdown. Clark Brothers in the building. Wes Clark.
Heaven Clark, what up?
That's Heaven Hollywood, aka the director in Heaven Hollywood. We're in the building. What's
Yes,
up,
sir.
people? Yep,
What up, baby?
yep.
What up? What up? I got my people
So
and
today,
business running the boards. Moderator in
yep,
case
yep.
people get stupid.
Let people get stupid. Exactly. So yo, this is gonna be a good one, man. So we made sure before we started and we put our disclaimer up. The Fair Use this Act disclaimer.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? You talking with you know what I'm saying, about to be a graduate of Full Sail University right here. I took intellectual property, so I know what the rights are. So last time they took us down because we were playing stuff, but this is a show that falls under fair use because it is a critique show. We're critiquing, we're reviewing, we're doing our own
Okay.
little also we're reacting, things like that. So this
Right.
falls under fair use. So we might pop that disclaimer up again just to be on the safe side. I also put, for all the Facebook people joining us over in Facebook, I also put the link to the YouTube just in case Facebook just in case Zuckerberg gets stupid and they try to block us, cock block us. So I'll just I put the link on my page to the YouTube. If anybody is on with Facebook and you guys see that we get taken down or they stop the broadcast, then come join us on YouTube.
All
There's
right.
plenty of room. Plenty of room. So today on the breakdown, we will be doing the battle
Brooklyn
of Brooklyn's
finest.
finest. The battle of Brooklyn's
Once
finest.
and for all, man. Once and for all.
Once and for all. Who is Brooklyn's finest?
And as going on, I know a lot of people have a lot of there's a lot of dope rappers from Brooklyn. But when it's all said and done, and make sure y'all hit the like button as soon as you come through the door, so you don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and all that other stuff. Hit the notification bell for when we put videos out. Y'all be right up on it.
Yep.
Um, so it always comes down to two guys. And Brooklyn has some dope rappers. Big Daddy Kane from
Yep.
Brooklyn.
Yep.
You know, there's a lot of dudes from Brooklyn. I can't really think of them right off the bat right now.
I
Buster
mean,
Rhymes claims Brooklyn.
yeah, Buster's
Uh,
from
Big
Brooklyn.
where was
Kane. You
Kane?
got
Where
Big
was
Daddy. I mean, those are the big ones, but you got a lot of people. Das Effects from Brooklyn. There's a lot of people from Brooklyn.
yeah?
You know what
There's
I
a
mean?
lot of
The whole Duck Down crew. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, Duck
Buckshot
Down,
Shorty and the
Buckshot
whole that
Shorty,
whole
and
Duck
all them
Down
dudes.
crew is from Brooklyn. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
So
right. That's
Foxy
right.
Brown's from Brooklyn.
Right. Lil Kim.
Little Kim's
So
from Brooklyn.
so there's all it's the Junior Mafia and what have you.
Yeah.
Mano. So
Yeah.
a lot of dudes from Brooklyn. But when you talk about Big Daddy Kane, but when it's all said and done, there's only two dudes that people talk about being the king of Brooklyn, the king of New York, Brooklyn finest.
Yep.
That is the notorious B.I.G. Rest in peace, Christopher Wallace, aka Frank Wright, or Jay Z,
Yeah.
aka Sean Carter, aka the
Jig.
Jigger Man,
Sean Carter. Jigga.
aka Hove,
S. Dot.
aka Young J, Young Hove,
Young J. Iceberg Slim.
Iceberg Slim. He got a lot of them.
You got a lot of. Yo, big up to my man Sammy. He's in the building. Joined us on Facebook. Sam
Sure.
Miller's in the building.
Yes, sir.
What
That's my
up, my
guy.
dude?
My guy,
He
man.
said, "Be fair." That's what he said. Be
That's
fair.
my guy.
We already know
That's
who
my
he
guy,
rooting
man.
for. We already know who he rooting for.
I don't play no. I don't do no kneecap sucking. I'm just gonna play it
Yeah,
right down the middle, man. Like, and what I hear.
yeah.
Like I
Well,
said, I
here's the
could.
deal. Yeah, with that being said, we just want to make that clear. Both of us, I think we speak for both of us, or I speak for both of us when I say, we are analysts of hip hop lyrics and the culture. And right now we're analyzing the lyrics between these two giants, right? We're
Right,
not playing favorites. So what we're going to do is play advocates. Not devil's advocate, but advocates.
right. Just
So
advocate.
you're going to advocate for Biggie and I'll
Okay.
advocate for Jay. You know what I mean? I'll be the advocate for Jay, you'll be the advocate for Biggie.
All right.
And we'll go from there. It's almost like we're defending them. We're gonna come with our cases
Like,
because not
that's
only are
like
we gonna we're
like
gonna
the hip
play
hop first take.
right.
It's
We're
like
gonna
we're
like
not gonna be like Skip Bayless and
right
be against
exactly.
the dude on purpose.
No, we're not trying to do it on purpose because there's a lot we agree on, but there's a lot that we don't agree on. And the bottom line is, Jay, this has been the age-long question because you got a lot of Jay-Z purists out there that will always stick with Jay, and they feel that Jay is the king of New York, even above Biggie. And
Even if Biggie was still here,
yeah,
a lot of Jay-Z fans gotta live with that question. That's
yeah,
what a lot of big fans. And I know a lot of Biggie fans that taking Biggie to the grave. They say Biggie he's in the grave, but to their grave, saying Biggie
yeah,
will always be the king of Brooklyn. And they say
yeah,
a lot of dudes, not me, don't hurt me, don't. I'm just a messenger. A
yeah.
lot of Biggie fans, you can ask them. They'll say if Biggie was still alive, Jay-Z wouldn't
Uh-huh.
be who he was.
That's
Now
true.
that's a lot of Biggie fans feel that way.
That's true.
A lot of Biggie fans. So,
That's
and
true.
then there's Jay-Z fans that say, well, he was destined to be whatever he's going to be anyway, with or without Big. So
Yeah.
there's a
I
lot of
mean,
questions to throw out
that's
there.
that's a question that will unfortunately never truly
Never
be
be
answered.
answered.
It'll
Nope.
never truly be answered, but I don't know. For me, I have to say that I believe Jay obviously would have still been Jay like he is, and he would have been successful.
I don't know if he would have been as
I
big.
don't know if he would have been as successful. But we don't know. We don't know what direction Big was going to take. Because if Big was alive today, and I wish he was, if he was alive today, we don't even know if Biggie would even be rapping anymore at this point. He'd be like
Right.
40, right?
Well, he'd be
So
over 40.
he'd be over
But
40.
but
So
Jay
we don't even know.
50
But
and he's still rapping.
Jay's 50 and he's still rapping. So we don't know if Biggie, because Biggie had his own plans too. Don't let's
Right.
not forget that.
Unfortunately, we'll never get a chance to figure out what those plans were, but y'all
Yeah.
make sure y'all hit the like. Let's get it popping, man. We're gonna start off with Brooklyn fight. Here's one of the questions. One of the three
The age
biggest
old
questions,
question.
the age old questions. Who got who
Who got
in
who
Brooklyn
on
finest?
the classic song Brooklyn's Finest? Now, Brooklyn, y'all need to stand up wherever y'all at
All
out
you
there.
youngins out there that
Oh,
never heard the record, a lot
oh
of y'all
Lord.
was born after Biggie was gone.
Yeah.
So a lot of y'all don't
So
even really know the record. But
I
we gonna
know.
find it out tonight or never really listen to it.
You're gonna learn
Brooklyn
today.
finest.
So, like I said, we're gonna start off with Brooklyn's Finest, and we'll do it verse by verse, meaning like let Big and Jay do their two verses, and then we'll stop it and analyze. We'll do that.
All right, cool.
All right, here we go. Brooklyn's Finest.
Okay, I'm reloaded. You motherfuckers think you big time? Fucking with Jay-Z, you gonna die big time. Here come the pain.
There they go.
Jigga, bigger, nigga, how you figure?
Jay sets it off.
Yo, people style in the way the cops sweaters. The number one question is can the feds get us? I got vendettas and dice games against ass betters and niggas who pump wheels and drive jettas. Take that with you.
Hit ya, back split ya. Fuck fist fights and lame scuffles. Pillowcase to your face, make the shell muffle. Shoot your daughter in the calf muscle. Fuck a tussle, nickel plated. Sprinkle coke on the floor, make it drug related. Most hated.
All right.
All right, so you can do your takeaway. You could that's a tough verse. Because the first verse is always tough because they both coming out, and you gotta remember something, man. You gotta remember the T behind this whole thing. This is like the first time these dudes even really met each other. So when they was doing Brooklyn's Finest, Big didn't really know nothing about Jay. Jay didn't really know. He was just doing it on the strength of Clark Kent. You know, BIGGIE was just doing it on the strength of Clark Kent.
Yeah.
So they didn't really know each other. They didn't have no chemistry yet. So they're just basically doing this, and you could tell the chemistry got better as the song went on. So you could do your takeaway since Jay set it off.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm gonna say this. You know, Jay. Before I say anything, Jay is always, in my opinion, Jay is always gonna come slicker. Big may always come harder. That's just the way they are. You know what I mean? But Jay's first verse, I mean, I'm gonna give you honestly what I think, who I think might have won that verse. But with Jay's first verse, I think, you know, it was a nice set it off. He set the stage with it. Jay was really, you know, his stuff is more slick. You know what I mean? I don't know if it was harder than Biggie's though. That first verse. The
takeaway that I got from Big when Jay ended the let's see, when he said when
he ends the end, when he says
where's the end of hold on, I got
the niggas who pump wheels and drive Jettas, take that with you.
Take that with you, hit your back, split your fights and lame scuffles. Right? So first of all, Biggie's coming out with the when he's saying hit your back, split your, right?
He goes there. Okay, I'll go to that.
Right. He when Jay said peep the style and the way the cops sweat us. Right? The number one question is
can the feds get us?
I got vendettas and dice games against ass betters and niggas who jump wheels and drive Jettas. Take that with you, hit your back, split your fuck fist, wife and scheme, lame scuffles, pillowcase to your face, make the shell muffle.
See, he's straight up hard with it.
So yeah, Big is just straight hard with it. Shoot your daughter in the calf muscle, fuck a tussle,
nickel plated, sprinkle coke on the floor, make it drug related. Yeah, okay, I gotta be honest.
That might be Big. I think
Big got that verse. So we'll go on to the next.
Like I said, Jay coming out, and then after Jay heard Big,
he came back.
Jay's like, oh, okay, I see what this is.
You can imagine them in the room when they go on verse for verse, because you know how Jay records, and Big kind of recorded the same way. Went in, laid their verse. They probably laid verse for verse. I guarantee you that's how they recorded, because Big
said, I heard this dude.
He started his off of Jay's last, hit your back, split you. Did that with the, because he said, how take that with you, hit you, back, split you. Then Jay came around and did the same thing at the end of Big's verse when he said most hated, and then he said can't fade it. He started in his verse off the next one.
Let's go to the
so
second.
Here we go into it right now. All right.
Back split you, fuck fist fights and lame scuffles. Pillowcase to your face, make the shell muffle. Shoot your daughter in the calf muscle. Fuck a tussle, nickel plated. Sprinkle coke on the floor, make it drug related. Most hated.
Can't fade it. While y'all punk Willie, I run up and stunt silly. Scared, so you sent your little mans to come kill me. But on the contrary, I packs the Mac Millie, squeezed off on him, left the paramedic breathing soft on him.
Who shot your montage like Sinatra? Peruvians tried to do me in. I ain't paid them yet. Trying to push 700s, they ain't made them yet. Rolex and bracelets.
Frostbit.
Ring 2 niggas round the way, call me igloo sticks.
Okay, so this is the thing.
Yeah.
When he came up in make it drug related, most hated.
Can't fade it.
Now when he comes with the can faded,
Yeah,
right?
he came hard.
You can hear Biggie getting hot. You can hear Big get hype because now he is starting to feed off of Big. Like, okay, this dude, I see where he going with this. When he came up on top of the can faded,
Yeah,
he took the verse. He took the verse right there.
he did.
Me.
He that was Jay. So it's 1-1. In my opinion,
He
because
took the verse right there because when he
while
said
while y'all pump Willie, I run up and stunt silly,
silly,
scared. So you
yeah.
sent your little mans to come kill me.
So
But
that was
on the
slick.
contrary,
Mac Millie.
the contrary, I packs the Mac Millie squeezed off on him. Boy, that's crazy.
Right. So
Let
on the
paramedics
contrary,
screaming soft on him.
basically what he meant is, contrary to rumors, I am packing. So you may not, you may have thought that because I'm running up and stunt silly, I'm slipping. That's basically what that runs about.
Yeah.
But on the contrary, I packed the Mac Millie.
Squeezed off on him, left the paramedics screaming soft on him. What's your name?
Big's verse to me was just mediocre.
Yeah, the second time, man.
He took this second verse off. Like
Yeah.
this is for movie in, trying to movie in. It
was smooth. It was smooth,
yeah, it was
but
smooth
it was
verse,
just
but
like,
me,
the best part about it is the
verse in the whole song.
Rolex and bracelets, a frostbit, rings too. Niggas round the way call me Igloo. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. But that wasn't as hard as Jay's on that verse.
Jay's verse was much harder.
So
now we got
all right, so we know the I'm trying to go past the hook a little bit. Okay, so here we go.
Jay-Z, Big Smalls, nigga, shit your drawers. Brooklyn, represent y'all, hit your balls. You crazy? Think a little bit of rhymes to play me. I'm from Marcy, I'm varsity chump, you JV. Jay-Z.
Nigga, baby, my Bed-Stuy flows malicious, delicious. Fuck 3 wishes, made my road to riches from 62 gym stars, my mom's dishes. Graham chopping, police van docking, these my doors knocking.
See, that was again. See, they feeding off each other, man.
So now they feeding. Now they feeding. Go ahead, go with Jay's next one.
All right, here we go.
No more mister, nice guy, twist your shit, the fuck back with the pistol, blazing, hot like Cajun, hotter than even holding work at the day's end. Your plates outside, get up out of there, fuck your ride.
Keep your hands high, shit gets steeper. Here comes the Grim Reaper, Frank White, need the keys to your innkeeper.
That's right.
Chill, homie, the bitch in the Shoney's told me you're holding more drugs than the pharmacy. You ain't harming me, so pardon me. Pass the safe before I blaze the place and hit 6 shots just in case.
And then he ended it with the 6 shots.
With the 6 shots.
Hey, man, that's
tough. That was a tough one because I mean
they both was in their bag. Like
yeah, because when Jay keep rocking, no more Mr. Nice Guy, twist your shit the fuck back like the pistols blazing, hot like Cajun. Wow.
Yeah, so that's Jay's in his friend that when Jay's in that lane, he's in his friend the full bag.
He's in his friend, but see, the thing is, just like I said before, though, Jay is always going to be slicker, and Jay can talk the gunplay, but he's more of a slick talker. When you start talking gunplay, you in Biggie's realm now. Right. It's a rap at that point. So he came with the gunplay on that verse, right? With the what do he say with that verse that he twist your fuck back with the pistols blazing. And then this nigga Biggie just decided to come with the same type of hard shit, you know.
Keep your seat, but come
to Grim Reaper, yeah. And then that whole bitch, the bitch in Shoney's told me you holding more drugs than a pharmacy.
And what just makes it fly is that he don't even have to tell you. You don't even have to. What makes it harder is that it's like, this nigga out of town doing this, and he ain't gotta tell you he's out of town because he said the bitch in the Shoney's. Shoney's is only in the South.
Down the South, yeah.
So they ain't got no Shoney's up in New York, New Jersey, like that. So he's like, okay, this nigga out of town running shit.
Yeah.
Right?
So Shoney's told me you ain't talking more. So I mean, it's
been
It's a
harder.
tough
That
one.
was
That's a tough one. That might be a tie.
That might have been the tie. That might have been the push.
That might be a tie. Yeah, because that was
That
just,
might have been
you
a
know,
push.
Jay
Both of
said
them
some
was.
real hard stuff there. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Jay
go
said-
ahead. I think that we're gonna say that's a tie. So it's 1-1-1 right now.
Yeah.
So
Here comes the Grim Reaper, Frank White. Need the keys to your innkeeper. That's right. Chill, homie. The bitch in the shoulders told me you're holding more drugs than the pharmacy. You ain't harming me, so pardon me. Pass the safe before I blaze the place and hit 6 shots just in case.
Jay-Z and Biggie Smalls, nigga, shit to Brown Heights. Nigga.
okay.
Jay-Z and Biggie Smalls going out to all style. Fort Greene.
Okay, here we go.
Niggas.
Yeah.
For 9-6, the only MC with a flu. Yeah, I rhyme sick. I be what you're trying to do. Made a fortune off Peru. Extra dyke, China white, hair on. Nigga, please, like short sleeves, I bear wrong.
Woo.
Away from here wrong.
Clear.
Gone.
Oh,
Me and good
God.
2 spots. The 2 for $5 hits. The blue tops. Gotta go. Coolio mean it's getting too hot. If they have twins, she probably have 2 cops.
Get it. 2
Time to separate
Pop.
the
That's not as hard as Jay.
Platinum from the bronze.
That went to
Soul
Carter.
shit From the leather from the fawns. A S1 diamond from my I-class dawn.
Mm.
A Sean Dawn sipper from a rose
Nigga.
nigga.
Woo.
No, sipping on.
Cristal forever. Play the crib when it's Mayweather. The mafia keep cannons in their mouth Buchanan. Quattro Cinco, the shell sink slow.
Yeah, man.
Holy
man.
shit, man.
So,
The mafia keeps cannons and they mark Buchanans. Oh my God. Whoa. She
Well, so-
wins, man.
let me tell you. When Jay came
Yeah.
Jay came on top, and I know it's like, and that's the thing about Jay and Big. I'm supposed to be advocating for Big, and he's supposed to be advocating for Jay. But then you can't help advocating for both of them because
Oh. Well, yeah,
it's
in
so
this one,
close.
we're kind of like, we're just
It's
judging
so
it.
close.
Yeah, it's
When
so
he
close.
said-
When we break off to the separates, we'll be advocating for them separately. But
Right. When he
yeah,
said
when he said time to
for
separate, I mean,
9-6, the only MC with a flu. Yeah,
yeah,
I
he
rhymed
won that
Jay.
one. He won
Right.
that one.
Be what you're trying to do. Made a
Be
fortune
what
of
you're
Peru.
trying to do.
Extra right, China white, Heron, nigga, please, like short
Short
sleeves,
sleeves, I bear arms. Yep.
Stay
He
out
beat Big on that one. So at that point, he
Clear,
went up 2-1.
gone.
He went up to
He
2-1.
Stay out my way from here on.
Clear,
Clear,
gone.
gone.
So then,
And now the me and Gutter had that's a strictly personal shot.
yeah,
So to me, that rhyme to me had no impact whatsoever.
yeah,
So me and Gutter had 2 spots.
yep,
You know, the goalie Cooley Ho made them getting too hot. Then
Yep.
he's doing the personal shot at Faith. Okay,
yeah.
just
Yeah,
let
fair
pretty
play.
much just letting us know again that he believes Faith
Right.
fucked Tupac, no
Exactly.
matter what
But
she
then
says.
Jay brings it to the climax with his time to separate the pros from the cons, the
right?
platinum from the bronze, the butter soft shit from that leather on the fawns. Oh my God.
The hard
S1
leather, pretty much the
Yeah.
butter leather from the hard leather.
S1 diamond from an I-class Don. Then he said, a Sean Don sipping, a Sean Don sipper from a rose nigga.
So basically,
He was separating.
this is separating the boys from the men right now.
Yeah, basically. That's I mean,
That's
he
big
broke
boy
down
talk.
pros. He
That's what I
broke
like.
down his-
That's what I like about Jay. He's like,
Yeah.
and
he
that's
stays
what I
on
like
topic.
about big boy talk.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's pretty much separating the boys from the men.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
he said, and then Biggie plays on that. Cristal forever.
Yeah,
Because he just said from a Cristal
Yeah.
forever.
right.
Play the crib with his mate
A rose sipper from
a
what he say?
rosé
What
nigga, huh?
he said?
From a
Yeah, rose
rosé
nigga. Yeah, a Sean Don
Cristal
sipper from a
forever.
rose nigga. Cristal forever.
Forever.
Play the
Play
crib when it's
with
make
Mayweather.
weather. Mafia keeps cannons and they mark me.
Buchanan. That's
Oh my
hard.
That's
That's hard.
crazy. Usually Quattro Cinco, usually 45. Quattro Cinco, the shell sinks slow. tossing your mad slugs through your daughter.
Nautica.
And he won that one. So there you go. Yeah, we just ended up with a push because that's 2-2-1.
That's 2-2-1.
I don't know, man.
No, we stuck in the same spot. This is what happens when you talk about these two. They're like so close, and their styles aren't similar. Their styles are not similar at all, and they're just so close. They're so opposite. But man,
I know it's crazy. So that's what I mean.
Mark Buchanan.
So I kind of predicted this would happen. Yeah, that's crazy.
I never noticed that. I never noticed he said that song's 30 years old.
The Mafia Cannons and then Mark Buchanan's. Lord have mercy. That boy, usually 45s, usually Quattro Cinco.
Usually Quattro Cinco. Because the shells sink slow.
Shells sink slow. Smash slugs through your nose. Wow. Anyway, now I kind of predicted this might happen. So we got a couple of other songs to separate, to go against each other.
Separate them, man.
Try to separate them a little bit. Now, here's where we'll break off and advocate for each person. Okay. I'll advocate for Jay, and the song that because Biggie is so hard with his stuff, and because of the song that I knew that you picked,
right?
I had to pick a specific song for Jay. We're talking. You picked "Who Shot You" from Big.
I picked "Who Shot
You." The only song. And I tell people this all the time, and some people overlook this song. To me, the only song that Jay-Z is really spitting hard lyrics to match anything that what Who Shot You matched is Threat. When I picked Threat from Jay-Z, which is just ridiculous. His verses on that is ridiculous. So
tough.
But I mean, what do you guys think? Who do you think? Do you think it was a push so far? We're gonna keep going.
What was it? What
you guys
so
think? Was it a push? Did Jay win? Did Big win on the Brooklyn Finest battle? What do you guys think? Anybody out there on Facebook? Hit me up. Let me know what you think. And like I said, as far as Facebook go, just in case, Facebook be hating. Just in case they start hating on us, the link to the YouTube is right there in the on my page. I'll do it. I'll put it up there again. You should be able to go to that and join us over here on YouTube if that's the case. What do you guys think?
So far, what do y'all think? What did y'all think on that record on Brooklyn's Finest? Who was Big the best or the Jigga get 'em?
I don't know.
Where y'all at today?
I know, right? Let's see what they at. See what they think. But somebody said AKA Campbell. Oh, come on.
Huh?
Somebody put AKA and put a emoji of a camel. I'm like, oh, come on.
How did Camel do on that record? Camel was pretty in his bag.
Yeah, he was killing it. I'm sorry. He was killing it. He did his thing. Somebody put that they were supposed to do a video to this, but
right, that song should have had a video.
Should have had a video, but Diddy someone said Diddy wouldn't let him do it. Yeah.
Diddy a sucker.
I know. That's crazy. And then someone said it's like Jay-Z was learning from Biggie during the song.
And it was and like I said, you remember Big was already not established, but Big was already there.
He was kind of like like you said, he was kind of like more established at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment he was more established. So, but like I said, as Jay went on, and Big was they even said when I heard Clark Kent, he said Big was kind of like testing him at first, like let me see how this dude is, how nice this dude is, and after Jay did a couple of lines, he was like, okay, Duke is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Duke is sick. Duke is ill. But
Yeah.
You have threats. I can go first this time. We can start off with who shot you.
Yeah, you can start with who shot you.
Because he come through the door with who shot you. A lot of people get lost in the beat and the whole beef of it, but they don't really listen to the lyrics that he got.
Yeah,
And who
I
shot
know.
you. So let's go to
Yeah.
that.
All right, we're gonna go with who shot you. Let's go to where he about to start.
Yeah, instead of Baby all in the videos. Oh, 9-5 for all you youngins.
Yeah,
Some of y'all weren't even born yet.
there we go. There we go.
Who shot y'all? Separate the weak from the oxa. Leap hard to creep in Brooklyn streets. It's on, nigga. Fuck all that bickering beat. I can hear sweat trickling down your cheek. Your heartbeat sound like Sasquatch feet. Thundering, shaking the concrete.
Okay, stop it. Hold it right there. Hold it right there. So now, I'm going to tell you this. For the people who, at the time and for years, said this was not about Tupac, they had to be Pac fans. They didn't want this to be about Pac. They didn't want this smoke. Because the moment he came in and he said, who shot you? Separate the weak from the obsolete. It's hard to beat. It's on, nigga. Fuck all this bickering beef. He's tired of this nigga now. He's tired of all the talk. He's tired of the, he's tired of all the talk. He's tired of all the going back and forth.
Yeah.
And that's why he is now saying, he's responding now. He tried to be quiet. He tried to keep it easy. And now you hear your his fear sound like Sasquatch feet. And if y'all don't know what Sasquatch is, you Sasquatch, you scared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you hear the Sasquatch feet, you scared. Oh,
yeah.
Hold on a minute. Hold on, guys.
Your heartbeat sound like sort of thundering, shaking the concrete.
Well, you might have to hold it down for a minute. I gotta go plug something in here. Hold on a minute, guys.
Then he says, shaking the concrete. Then the shit stops when I foil the plot. Neighbors call the cops because they heard mad shots. That's how the verse continue. We'll continue with that. So he goes here.
Thundering, shaking the concrete. Then the shit stopped when I foil the plot. Neighbors call the cops as they heard mad shot.
All right. Neighbors called the cops because they heard mad shots. So he said, then the shit stops when I foil the plot. So obviously he killed them. Because he said your heart was beating. It was thundering, shaking the concrete. And for people who don't know what Sasquatch feet sound like, he described it for you. Thundering, shaking the concrete. But then the shit stops when I foil the plot. Neighbors called the cops because they heard mad shots. Yeah, this dude, the one thing I'm going to say about Biggie while I'm waiting on having Hollywood to come back, and I'm going to go on record and say right now, even though I'm advocating for Jay, there is no MC on this planet whose timing can match Notorious B.I.G. Dead or alive. There's no MC who's been on this planet whose timing can match. Just listen. Y'all just give a quick listen. Don't listen to the lyrics. Listen to how his flow just goes tick tock on the beat. Boom, bap, and he's just right on there. Boom, bap. Just listen to it. Listen to this right here. Bop, 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 Bop. Shots. Mad shots. Look at this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. This dude's timing is impeccable. Nobody, there's not an MC dead or alive, and I say that again, dead or alive, that can match timing with Biggie Smalls. Timing. There's mad peoples with great flows. Hell, Jay-Z got multiple flows. He's got good flows. But there's nobody whose timing matches Biggie.
All right.
Not
Sorry
one
about
person.
that, people.
There's not one person's timing that matches Biggie. So, you know, as Heaven Hollywood is, I don't know, he's moving or something. We'll get him back in. Here he comes.
All right.
Right. So what I was telling to the people right as you left, I just replayed a little bit of that verse. I was talking about the timing. There's not one person. I said there is not one MC that was ever stepped foot on this planet, dead or alive, that can match timing with Biggie Smalls. His timing was impeccable.
Right.
Flow. He had impeccable timing, and I counted it out. I was counting it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. He just stays in it. 2, 3, 4. He stays right in that cadence. In that, he's like you could use him as a metronome. You can use him if you ain't got your timing right. Just listen to Biggie, because Biggie's timing is even when he has to squeeze a lot of words in. You know what I'm saying? So let's start from where he says mad shots. I'm gonna play a little bit. Just listen to the timing and the lyrics, but he's got to cram the lyrics in.
Neighbors call the cops because they heard mad shots. Saw me in the drop, 3 1/4. Slaughter, electrical tape around the daughter. Old school, new school, need to learn. I burn, baby, burn like disco inferno. Burn slow like blunts with yayo. Feel more skins than Idaho potato. Niggas know the lyrical molesting is taking place. Fucking with BIGGIE, they say.
Oh Lord, my God!
Right here, this already is one of the hardest first verses. Like when you come in, the first verse is always important. And what makes it important is there's only 2 verses to this song.
Yeah.
So he got to come with the hardness in the first verse.
Yep.
Just effortless. Somebody put effortless.
Yeah, that's what Mo Money put. Effortless.
Effortless flow. Effortless. I try to tell people that when it comes to flow and delivery, this dude was the best. Like that's just hands down. I haven't heard anybody that his flow is so effortless on, and especially go back to this, especially when he says 3 1/4, sorta electrical tape around the board. Just man.
Yeah. So
right
made him drop 3 1/4, slaughter.
Yeah.
But listen to how he delivers that though. He still stayed within that 1, 2, 3, 4, and he squeezed all that in there. You know what I'm saying? But he was on point. It didn't sound.
Hit the play right there. Hit the play right there.
Old school, new school, need to learn though. I burn, baby, burn like disco inferno.
Lord have mercy. Yeah. Wow. Like I said, and I believe most of the people, if not all of the people in the room, agree with us when we say that there's not a man, there's not a MC that's ever walked this planet, dead or alive, that can match flow as far as timing goes. Now, a lot of good MCs have good flows. Nas's flow is good. Rakim's flow is good. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. Big Daddy Kane has a great flow. But his timing, nobody's
timing is like this cat.
Timing is like this dude. That's what made him special. Because you know why? His flow made lyrics sound better than what they really were.
What they really are. Because when you listen to Biggie's lyrics, now lyrically wise, he's not in Jay's league.
Yeah.
Because when you're talking about
Lyrics,
lyrically
double
and
entendres,
double
and stuff like that.
entendres. Like
Yeah.
double entendres is Jay's specialty.
Yeah.
So, and double entendre is a part of being a lyrical dude. Like
Yeah.
Biggie wasn't your double entendre type dude,
Nope.
but the way he delivered it and with the preciseness and just rawness, just a talented speaker.
Mm-hmm.
It made words sound better than what they would.
Yeah.
Going
It
back to it, we gonna let it rock.
Yeah.
Niggas know the lyrical molesting is taking place. Fucking with BIGGIE, it ain't safe. I make the skin chase. Rashes on the masses. Bumps and bruises. Blunts and land cruisers. Big Papa smash fools. Bad fools. Niggas mad because I know the cash rules. Everything around me, 2 Glock 9s. Any motherfucker whispering about mine. And I'm Brooklyn's finest. You rewind this. Bad boys behind this.
Oh man.
Now, and he's not even mad yet.
Nope.
He's not even mad yet. So when he says this is how he should have responded. Any motherfucker whispering about mine. He's talking about faith.
You're talking about faith. You
faith.
whispering. Anybody whispering. That's what it was. It was a whisper throughout the whole entire industry.
Time.
So
and
throughout the industry, the whisper was, did Faith, because people saw her with him. They knew he was. Right. They knew she was in the studio with him, and some people believed that she did sleep with him. So that was the whisper around the industry. So that's why he's just like, yo, any motherfucker whispering about my. That wasn't just Tupac. That's anyone. He said anybody.
Right. Anyone. At that point. Anyone whispering about mine. I'm tired of it. You know, I tried to play. I said I'm not going to answer, fall back to the other. But now, any motherfucker whispering about mine.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the second verse because that ends the first verse. Then Diddy came on and talked his shit for too long. But this verse, my God.
Spread love with my peeps. Niggas wanna creep, have to watch my back. Think the cognac and endo sack make me slack. I switches all that, cocksucker G's up. Gon' force move, get Swiss cheese up. Click the track, respect I demand it. Slip and break the 11th commandment. Thou shalt not fuck with Raw C Papa. Feel 1,000 deaths when I drop you. I feel for you like Shaka Khan, I'm the Don. Pussy when I want Rolex on the arm. Recognize my face, so there won't be no mistake. So you know where to tell Jake.
Lame nigga.
Brave nigga. Turn front page nigga. Puff Daddy flips daily. I smoke the blunts, he slips on the Bailey. On the rocks, tote blocks of christenings. Hammer cop
in the fire position and. So, oh Lord. I mean, it's a lot to take in there. But when he says, I seen the light, excite all the freaks, stack mad chips, spread love with my peeps. So he's living life, you know what I'm saying? But niggas gotta get behind him and want to creep, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what he said.
Seen the light.
Yep, seen the light.
Excite all the freaks.
He changed.
Stack
you know,
mad chips, spread love with my peeps.
Right.
Now,
Biggie was a thug.
He's letting y'all see and see life with him.
Yeah.
Right?
He said,
but at the same time,
he changed. He was a thug, you know. So he's seen the light, excite all the freaks. That man
want to creep. He doing all this for you, and you still creeping. You out there seeing life. You out there. He stack mad chips. He bringing niggas with him, and niggas still want to creep. Gotta watch my back. They see you think because I'm drunk and high, you think I'm not paying attention. You think that cognac and endo sack make me slack. Go to what he's on the next line.
And then
he's mad. He's mad now.
I switches all that. Yeah. So he switched all that up.
I switches all that. Cocksucker G's up. One false move, get switched cheesed up. Y'all niggas is getting cut the fuck.
Yeah, all them holes in the Swiss cheese.
If you do anything funny,
you getting mad holes in you. Period.
I'm clip to tuck.
Clip to tuck. No, it says clip to tech.
I demand it.
Clip to tech. I respect. So he's putting the clip in the tech. Respect. Clip to tech. Respect. I demand it.
Respect. I demand it. slip and break the 11th commandment. Made up his own commandment. That's how hard he is.
So
what's the 11th commandment?
Thou shalt not fuck with nor see Papa.
Papa.
You can't fuck with him.
If you do either one, this is what happens. Feel 1,000 deaths when I drop you. And now this line is just flyboy talk.
Yeah.
This is just flyboy talk. Just realize what he's saying here. I feel for you like Shaka. If anybody didn't know, Shaka Khan had a song, I Feel For You. That's what he said by that. I feel for you like Shaka Khan. I'm the Don. Pussy when I want. Whenever he wants. How does he get pussy when he wants? Rolex on the arm.
Yep.
How does this dude get pussy when he wants? Rolex on the arm. He told y'all before that his he was black and ugly as ever, however.
Yeah. Pussy when I want, Rolex on the arm. You'll die slow but calm.
Yeah, you can continue on with him.
Okay.
Let's go back to that and then we're done.
So you know where to tell Jake, lame nigga, brave nigga. Turn front page, nigga. Puff Daddy flips daily.
I could have did without that line.
On the Baileys, on the rocks, tote plots of christenings.
Hammer cocked.
In the fire position.
Hammer cocked in the fire position. And
then if you did not think he was talking about Tupac, he ends the song with 5 shots.
Yeah.
And didn't Pac get shot 5 times?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So in case you didn't think he was talking about Tupac, he ends it with 5 shots, and Tupac got shot 5 times.
Exactly. So I mean, that is one of the hardest songs that I've ever heard, like in rap. Period. And that was pent up aggression right there. That's what that song was.
Pent up aggression.
That's why I picked the song that I picked, because the song that I pick is pent up aggression as well.
Correct. At this time with Jay, and this is why I always say I love Angry Jay. Like people be like, I love Angry Jay because number one, you don't get Angry Jay that much. You've only really got Angry Jay on about 2 or 3 records out of his whole entire career. Everything else, he was like Unbothered Jay, but this was Pent Up Aggression, and this song is a good pick because you got to remember he was on probation, like they was messing his money up.
Yeah,
he wasn't able to do a lot of things. Like Jay got held up for about 3 years because he was on probation for the whole thing or whatever. Yeah. So this is pent up aggression, and he also throws the pent up aggression. He does it comedic, but he throws the pent up aggression even with the dude he has on, even with Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah,
it's like pent up aggression in between his verses. So we could go to that. Threats. It's probably my favorite Jay song too.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. Definitely the hardest stuff Jay's ever written, and that's tough because Jay's wrote a lot of good stuff. I'm not gonna say it's the best he's ever written, but it's the hardest he's ever written.
And I'm serious about mine. I'm so sincere. Nigga, I'll kill you, I'll chop you up, put you inside the mattress like drug money, nigga.
Yeah. I told you niggas 9, 10 times stop fucking with me.
Whenever he's in that voice, he's mad.
I told you niggas 9 albums, stop fucking with me.
9 albums, stop fucking with me.
I told you niggas 9 on me, stop fucking with me.
Ninth Wonder.
9 lives. Ninth Wonder. Put that knife in you. Take a little bit of life from you. Am I frightening you? Shall I continue? I put the gun to you. I let it sing you a song. I let it hum to you. The other one sing along. Now it's a duet. Where you at? When you check out the technique from the 2 texts, and I don't need 2 lips. Notice like a trumpet, you dumb shit. This is an unusual musical. I conduct it. You looking at the black Warren Buffett, so all critics conduct sick.
I gotta stop it there. Wait a second.
He told y'all then he was gonna be the richest black dude out. Warren Buffett is the richest dude out. He told y'all then. You talking when? 97? No, that was 2000. He said you looking at the black Warren Buffett. I'm telling y'all niggas right now.
So
I'm the black Warren Buffett.
I want to back up a little bit here and go back where he said, okay, obviously he says put the knife to you. Starts off the slow way. Put the knife to you.
Am I frightening you?
Take a little bit of your life. Take a little bit of life from you. And then he said,
am I frightening you?
Am I frightening you? Shall I continue? Put the gun to you. All right. So he said, let it sing you a song. I let it hum to you. The other one sings along. Now it's a duet. Oh my God.
Two guns.
Yeah, two guns. Duet. He said it sings along, right? And he says it's a duet and you wet. When you check out the technique from the text. See what I'm saying? Techniques from the two texts. See right there.
The technique, see, this one is double entendre. The technique, and the technique from the two texts. Yeah. That's a double entendre. So that's his first one. That's his first double entendre already in the first verse.
And he said, I don't need two lips to blow this like a trumpet, you dumb shit. So he said, I don't need two lips to blow this like a trumpet, you dumb shit. Blow these guns like a trumpet. There you go. There's another double entendre right there.
Blow these guns.
And then right. This is unusual musical I conduct.
Yeah, I conducted.
Yeah, see? So going back. See, Jay stays on that topic. All of that is all gets in there. He's talking about singing along, a duet, blow it like a trumpet, conducting. See, this is
an unusual musical.
Yeah,
that I'm conducting. You're looking at the black Warren Buffett.
At the black Warren Buffett. So
if you realize how rich Warren Buffett is,
I know
you'll be laughing like me. You'll be like, "Yo, that's sick." Y'all got to realize. Go Google Warren Buffett's net worth.
I know exactly.
Get back to Jay.
Yep, here we go.
Black Warren Buffett, so all critics conduct sick. I don't care if you see Dolores Tuckett or you feel all rally, you only rally me up. For 3 years, they had me peeing out of a cup. Now they about to free me up. What you think I'm gonna be? What? Rehabilitated, man, I still feel hatred. I'm young, black, and rich, so they wanna strip me naked. But you never had me like Christina Aguilera, but catch me down the west side driving like Halle Berry or the FDR in the seat of my car, screaming out the sunroof, death to y'all, you can't kill me.
I live forever through these bars.
Put the wolves on you. I put a price on your head. The whole hood want you. Starting to look like bread. I send the boys at you. I ain't talking about fans, nigga. Them body snatchers, nigga. You heard what I said.
Ooh, wow.
So you gotta bring it back to You gotta bring it back to when he said why you're getting all this aggression.
Yeah.
You thought you only rallied me up.
Yeah.
For 3 years they had me peeing out of a cup. So that's him basically saying, I've been going through this bullshit for 3 years. Y'all been tying me up, been tying my money up.
Yeah.
Now I'm supposed to be happy. Now you let me go and I'm supposed to be happy.
Supposed to be rehabilitated, man. I still feel hatred.
Because I'm young, black, and rich.
I'm young, black, and rich, and they want to strip me naked. But you'll never have me like Christina Aguilera. So everybody knows Christina Aguilera. Well, you should know Christina Aguilera. Her second album was called Strip. She was naked on the cover.
So he said, "I'm young, black, and rich, so they want to strip me naked.
Yeah,
but you'll never have me like Christina Aguilera." So that's a double entendre.
The double entendre again. Catch me down the west side,
driving like Halle Berry. If people don't know that story, that story. Halle Berry was driving crazy on the West Side Highway one night. With her crazy self. Yeah. They pulled her over. There was one night late at night that Halle Berry was on the FDR drive. And she was driving crazy, and then the cops had to pull her over.
Yeah.
So that's the backstory behind that.
Screaming out the sunroof, death to y'all. Yeah, there's the backstory. You can't kill me. He said, "You can't kill me. I live forever through these bars." Woo! That is crazy right there. That slipped through the cracks. People
Yeah,
don't.
that slipped through the cracks. He basically saying you can do what
He's
you want.
immortal.
You can do what you want to try to shit on my name, to try to but these bars, I'm gonna live forever because of these bars. I'll live forever through these bars.
Yep.
That's slick.
I live forever through these bars. Then he said,
Then he went back to he went back to it wasn't that really
put the
that
wolves
slick,
on you.
but he went back to a little evil talk.
Right. Put the wolves on you, put a price on your head. The whole hood wants you. You starting to look like bread.
Because I put the price on, and that's how niggas is in the hood. I'm putting the price up on you. So now everybody nobody wasn't gonna say nothing before, but now I'm putting the price on your head. The whole hood will want you. You start to look like bread. So
you just look like food. That's a double entendre too when you think about it. Because wolves, the bread is like food, but at the same time, bread is money. So people just see the dollar signs. They see you starting to look like money.
Like bread.
That's a double entendre right there. Another double entendre. You're starting to look like bread. Bread to eat and bread to spend money. To eat.
Jay's the king of the double entendres, man.
So then I send them boys at you. I ain't talking about the feds, nigga. Them body snatchers. Nigga, you heard what I said.
Man. And again, that's another double entendre because the body snatchers can be dudes he's singing at you, and body snatchers are bullets. Bullets are called body snatchers. Yeah. So he hit you with another double entendre. I'm gonna send the body snatchers after you, the guns, or the goons.
Or the goons.
Guns or goons, whichever way you want it.
Whichever one you wanted to call it. So.
Put your smarts on the side of your garment. Stop fucking with me. Just right then, nigga, I'm wild. Nigga, I need trash bags with me. Never know when you got a double nigga out. Get sincere. Get some sincere shit. Man, I put hands on you. I dig a hole in the desert that built the sands on you. Lay out blueprint plans on you. We rat pack niggas. Let Sam tap dance on you. Then I Sinatra shot you. Goddamn you.
Okay. I gotta break this down for y'all.
You might have a problem here.
Yeah. This is the breakdown, so I gotta break this down for y'all. Grown man, I put hands on you. I'm grown man hands, right?
Grown man hands.
I put hands on you. Dig a hole in the desert, then build the sands on you. So that's another double entendre because you can think about the sands, building sands on top of somebody, and then you got the sands, the casino.
That's built under the desert.
That's built on the desert, right? So then you got that. Lay out blueprint plans on you. Same deal. Like basically Jimmy Hoffa your ass. Put your ass in the desert, which there's a lot of rumors of people getting killed because a lot of mob ties in the desert. Speaking of mob ties, he says we rat pack niggas.
And the Rat Pack, for all you youngins, the Rat Pack was pretty much Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. and Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah.
Couple other dudes, and they had
couple others and Frank Sinatra's. They all had mob ties, especially Frank. Frank had mob ties, and so did Dean Martin. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he said we Rat Pack niggas. He said let Sam tap dance on you. No, that might be a triple entendre, but it's definitely a double because Sam, obviously, we just mentioned Sammy Davis Jr. was part of the Rat Pack,
and he was the best tap dancer.
He was the best tap dancer. Tap dancing on you on the sands, in the sands that was built on top of you. See how all this stays? And then here's one that a lot of people don't realize.
A lot of people didn't know.
At that time, Jay-Z's bodyguard's name was Samson. So Sam, that's a double entendre. It could be Sam tap dancing on you. Tap dancing on your grave.
You out. Pretty much.
Here's the triple. Tap dancing means like tap dance on your grave. That was a saying that everybody used to say. Tap dance on your grave. When you're dead. So I let Sam tap dance on you. Then I Sinatra shot you. God damn you. Wow. And then he goes on and says, I'm gonna start it from there. So
shot you, goddamn you. I put the boy in the box like David Blaine. Let the audience watch. It ain't the bang. I wish it was fun. I George Bush the button. For the oil in your car, lift up your hood, nigga, run it. Then lift up your whole hood like you got oil under it. Your boy got the goods, y'all don't want nothing of it. Like, catch the oil, I catch the choil. Change your face, or the bullets change all that for you.
Okay.
Let me tell you something.
So
that is probably the most underrated, hardest lyric ever. He's gonna tell you which one. He knows what line I'm talking about.
Yeah. Here we go. So he says, first he says, put the boy in a box like David Blaine. David Blaine is obviously the magician. He put you in the box, cut you in half and stuff
and
like that.
And then he puts you in a box in a coffin. So that's another double.
Double on top, and let the audience watch. So he don't care. He'll kill you in front of people. Let the audience watch.
The audience watch David Blaine, and he'll let the audience watch and kill you. Another double entendre.
Double entendre on top of double entendre. Then he says, y'all wish I was fronting. I George Bush the button. Oh my God.
Now, if y'all don't know, that, like I said, man, when I listen to lyrics, and the reason why this is one of my favorite Jay-Z records is because when I listen to lyrics, I want to hear something. I want to hear a metaphor that I've never heard before.
Yeah, that's something I've
never heard someone say, I George Bush the button.
Anybody
that knows both them Bushes will push the war button.
They were all triggered.
They were ready to push a button. They would trigger both of them.
Both of them
ready. They were trigger happy. Yeah. So I George Bush the button.
I George Bush the button. So he says, now here's the funny thing. Listen to the rest of the line. I George Bush the button for the oil in your car. So that means like basically for nothing. Like I push the button for nothing. Just for the oil in your car. Lift up your hood. Nigga, run it, right? And then he says, then lift up your whole hood like you got oil under it.
That's another double. He lifts up the hood because he's uplifting. Yep. And he lifts up the hood. You got to lift up your hood to change your oil. Man, this dude is something else.
Dude is ridiculous, yo. And then he said, your boy got the goods. Y'all don't want nothing of it. He said, y'all don't want nothing of it. Like castor oil, I'll cast the Troy. So there you go. You don't want nothing of it like castor oil. Castor oil, anyone who's been
knows it's the nastiest thing ever.
You've ever tasted castor oil? That's something your grandmother probably gave to you. It's nasty. It's terrible.
Don't want that. You don't want
none of that. And he said, Castor Troy, you change your face, or the bullets change all that for you. So Face Off. Castor Troy is the villain from Face Off.
From Face Off. You better change your face. That means you better go get a new identity so he can't find you, or he's going to change your face for you with the bullet.
Another double entendre. Y'all niggas is targets. Oh man,
so you gotta go back to that.
We'll go back. So he's just finishing that verse off.
Troy, you change your face, or the bullets change all that for you. Y'all niggas is targets. Y'all garages is bullets. Please don't make me pocket in your upper level. Valet a couple strays from the 38 special. Nigga, God bless you.
Wow. So he said, y'all niggas is targets.
I'll lay a couple of strays. I'll drive a couple of strays to you.
Well, he said, y'all are garages for bullets. Y'all garages for bullets. Mm-hmm. Please don't make me park it in your
upper level, meaning your head.
Oh man, yo.
So he'll want to park your car. You park your car in the upper level in the garage, and he's gonna park it in your upper level. He's gonna park it in your head. The bullets with the strays that he's valeting to you from the 38 special.
In case you didn't know, the bullets. Yeah. All right, we're gonna let the last verse run and then close that off.
Stop fucking with me.
I'm threatening you. Who you dealing with? They call me Prince. Nigga, I've been making threats since I've been in kindergarten. Ask about me, see if you ain't heard.
When the gun is tucked, untucked, nigga, you guys like nunchucks held by the Chet L.I. I'm the one thus, meaning no one must try. No 2, no 3, no 4, no 1.
Why?
Because 1's 4, 5 might blow your high. You ain't gotta go to church, you get to know your God. There's a match made in heaven when I split at 7. Put you on the nigga news, UPN and 11. Where you been? You ain't heard, got the word that I'm so sincere. I'm especially Joe Pesci with a friend. I will kill you, commit suicide and kill you again. That's a way for you to find.
Jesus.
So there's another saying that a lot of people probably won't know. I'm gonna kill you, commit suicide, and kill you again.
Oh my goodness, boy.
So and the hook goes unnoticed because of the rest of the songs.
Yeah.
You have me wait for you till 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Put your smarts on the side of your garment.
Yeah.
Means you blow your brains out.
Yeah. On the side of your clothes. Oh man. Yeah, so when he says that, so when he backs up, he mentions once again kind of staying on that whole casino in the desert thing. He mentioned Joe Pesci. I'm especially Joe Pesci with it, friend. So
right.
As you know, Joe Pesci in any one of these gangster movies, Joe Pesci was a beast. Yeah,
another itchy trigger thing. He George Bush the button.
Yeah, he George Bush is the button.
You always gotta control Joe Pesci in all his movies, because he quick to smack somebody up with his little self, or shoot somebody.
Yep. There you go. So that's, to me, like the first 2 verses were the best. That one was a nice one. That one's probably the weakest of the 3 verses.
Right.
But that line, I will kill you, commit suicide, and kill you again.
Yeah, he mad.
He hate that person. Well, he mad as a motherfucker right now.
And that's Mad J. Like I said, when he's Mad J, he's tough to mess with. So our questions after you heard both the songs, which joint do you think is harder? I think those are both hard. Who Shot You?
Yeah.
Or Threats. It's the first thing. And to all the people, I know all the heavy hitters, y'all ain't really in love with Jay-Z, but you got to put those aside, put the feelings aside for Jay.
Yeah.
And just judge the songs.
Yeah, because one of them already said, I'm biased. I don't like Jay.
So, y'all can't be biased now. Come on, heavy hitters.
But you got them in there. People are saying, Jay back in the day, back in those days. But see, here's the deal.
Back in the day, Jay.
He's back in those days, okay. But see, Jay, this was from the Black album. So this was when he did, that was the retirement album, right? The Black album.
Yeah, that was pretty much a retirement.
I mean, that which also kind of makes you understand that he was mad. Why would he even talk about retiring? He was tired of everything. As far as that goes, he was tired. That's what had.
He had What More Can I Say on that album. And that's pretty much a lead, or you can just say it's a part 2 to Threats, or maybe it's a part 1.
Right.
Because he talks about in What More Can I Say about everything he embodied. So when we ask the question, would Jay-Z have been where he is now if Biggie would have been alive? Because you can't talk about what would have been going on right now, because Biggie probably would have been not rapping.
Yeah.
But on Jay's path to being the quote unquote king of hip hop may have went a little different if Big was still around. It was like, we don't know what Big would have done. Like after, there's a lot of talk about Big was planning on leaving Bad Boy. He wasn't gonna be up under Diddy. I mean, so if he would have went another direction without Diddy, would he have been able to be as successful? Diddy is a
It went a little different if Big was still around.
Is a master marketer.
Yeah.
So would he have been different? That's the thing. Would Jay have became the billionaire that now that he is? Rap played a part in that, but he got that look. He got a lot of people from Brooklyn that was just loved Brooklyn. A lot of them turned to Jay like, you all we got left. You our only hope.
Yeah.
That Big is gone.
Yeah.
So
would they have done that had Biggie not
Right.
have been
Jay have
till.
gotten the love. Would Jay have gotten the love?
And I also part two to that question is I wonder what Jay's path would have been, because we know that Big had plans also of doing his own thing. Remember, they had the commission and they were supposed to do
Right.
that
They would do
together.
something together. So what? So
So
that's different. What would have happened if
yeah,
they would have did the commission together? Because
yeah,
they would have been kind of like a group at that point.
yeah, pretty much. They would have been a group. And I think I don't know. I think it's fair to say that they might have they may have ventured together. Who knows? You know what I mean? Because Big wasn't going to be able to stay under Puff forever. You know, you can't stay under Puff. You gotta you saw he was already had his own little thing going with the Junior Mafia. But the cold hard facts about the Junior Mafia is them niggas is whack. To be honest,
The Junior Mafia was Biggie. That's
They-
what Junior
yeah,
Mafia was.
they're whack.
And
As
Lil
you
Kim
can
and Lil
see,
Kim with the face.
as you can see, the only one who survived after he died was Lil Kim. She was the only marketable one.
Right. And
She's
she
the
was the
only
only one
one
with
who had,
any sort of skills.
right. She's the only one who had any sort of skills. Little C's on niggas, they wasn't MCs. They were just his
Y'all hit the like button, man. I don't see as many people as I have in here. We need to see the same likes or the same,
yeah.
same amount of people that's in the room.
Yeah,
But
definitely, man. Hit
but
that
Kim,
like button. But yeah,
Kim was
see,
able
so
to survive because Kim had enough skills.
I believe if Biggie would have went on to to live, number one, I believe he would have worked with Jay a little more. Jay wouldn't have been like his done or nothing because Jay had his own thing. But I believe they would have created more together only because Big didn't have nobody dope in his stable. And really the only other nigga that was nice at the time in Bad Boy was Mace. And Mace hadn't even came out yet.
And Big didn't like Mace.
Big didn't fuck with Mace. So
Big
so
Big didn't even like Mace as a rapper. Like Big,
yeah.
the funny thing is the only rapper Big liked out of Bad Boy was Black Rob. Like Big didn't like Maze, he didn't like G Dep, he hated Craig Mack. He thought Craig Mack was whack. So Big didn't. There wasn't many guys out of Bad Boy that Big would have team up with. That's why he was always teaming up with other dudes. That's why he got close to Meth. You know what I mean? Instead of putting Lil T's his cousin. Do we got any records with C's? But C's was supposed to be in the commission.
He's supposed to be in the commission. Like I said, that was Big. Just taking, Big was taking care of his people, putting the Junior Mafia on. Junior Mafia was whack, yo. Let's be honest. They were trash. I mean, but the only thing that they were able to Big was writing for him and stuff like that. But I mean, he was taking on too much. So imagine someone like Jay who matches him on the level of writing and rhyming. I'm sure he would have loved to work with Jay more. You know what I mean? Or down the line. And now, let's be honest. They were not like best friends like Jay tried to make it out to be. Like they weren't close like that. But they could have became close. And to answer the question of would have Jay, it's still tough. I don't know. I really don't know if Jay would have been, because Big would have took a lot of attention away from him on the rap game. But Jay made a lot of his money outside of rap.
He did.
So and Jay made a lot of good business investments too. He made a lot of good business decisions, investments and things like that. So, he probably still would have been, I think he still would have been successful. Jay, he still would have been a multi-millionaire. I don't know if he'd have made it to billionaire, but he might have.
Billionaire status.
Because let's think about it. What was one of the main things that boosted Jay up was Rockaware. Rockaware boosted Jay up. So they had Rockefeller. So Rockaware, but once again, all of that can depend on how popular you are. He was definitely, we'll say this. It's safe to say that he definitely benefited from Big dying. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, he definitely benefited from it. I'm not gonna say he and he let us know See, this put him in the clear to say he was the best, because he didn't start saying he was the best till Big was gone.
True.
So this
Yeah.
put him in the clear. This made him
Yeah.
feel comfortable saying I'm the best, because Big was
Yeah.
no longer here, right? And
Yeah. So yeah.
everybody at that, when they were both alive, nobody was calling Jay the King of New York.
Nope.
Like when Biggie was alive, there was nobody calling Jay the King of New York. Everybody was calling Big the King of New York.
Yep.
So he made it when Big died. Jay came out with the city is mine.
Yep.
Before Biggie's body was even cold. That's just another story for another day. But
I know.
he started using the Biggie rhymes and telling the guy, take this up for the nicest MC, meaning himself. And while you're up there, tell Big I said hi. Tell Big he's unbelievable. But
Yeah.
take this up for the nicest MC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he started then preaching that he was the best thing, because he knew Big wasn't here no more.
Right. And I feel that I feel definitely he started doing that. And here's the thing. Does Jay, this is what I think people annoyed people about Jay quote, and you can ask this, let's ask this to the chat room, let's ask this to the heavy hitters. Honestly, like I said, put your bias for Jay aside. Does Jay quoting big lines bother you? Did they really bother you? Because some people it didn't bother, and some people it did.
Well, Jay-Z fans it didn't bother. And
Jay,
then there was and there are some Biggie fans. There are some Biggie fans that took it as um
insulting.
took it as, some of them took it as homage
Yeah.
when he said it. But then after you told everybody, I'm just bigging up my brother, but you know, okay, bigging up your brother is saying a couple of lines, but when you got enough lines of Biggie to make a whole entire song,
Yeah.
like, so Jay might have enough Biggie lines quoted, he might have enough to make almost a whole song.
Yeah.
And
And when you put it all together, and I know I want to give a shout out to speaking of Jay, my man Jay, who I used to work with. He had texted me and said, I guess he's listening, or I don't know if he was listening, but he said, well, I felt that Jay had no right to quote Biggie because they were not cool like that. He said they were not friends like that. That's
that's
what
a
he said.
good
Let
point.
me quote him right. He said they were not friends like that. So he felt that, who are you to feel to quote Biggie? It's kind of like it's almost like you just pacifying once again because you don't want people to jump on your ass. Pause.
Right.
Because you already claiming Big Crown and he ain't, he just passed. So it's just like the same thing as tell Big he's unbelievable. It's almost like the mentioning Big is letting the Brooklyn, the strong Brooklyn fans of Biggie, letting them know that he ain't forgot Big, paying homage. But see,
Right. Yeah, I didn't forget him.
some
But
cats saw through that, and they're like, "Nah, son,
like Nas,
yeah,
like
yeah."
Nas, and that's
Like,
what
who are
started
you
Ether.
to quote Biggie? That ain't your man's like that. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like
Not your
Lil
man's like
Kim
that.
should be quoting Biggie lines.
Correct.
She was close with Biggie.
Lil
Lil
Kim,
Kim
if
should be,
C's, it's his cousin,
Lil
even
C,
Diddy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, even Diddy, people like that was close with Big, or that was cool with Big. Even niggas, they weren't out at the time, but the Locks was cool with Big. They blew a lot of
right.
blunts with Big. They was cool with Big. So I'm saying, but people that was close to Biggie, if they go, to me, the only one who really earns that right based on what he's saying is Lil Kim. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Jay was like that with him. So,
They wasn't like that
he
one.
has
And
a
then
good point.
Jay proved, and another thing, like I said, when you start talking about who's Brooklyn's finest or whatever, Jay, you have to take it on with the total package. And a lot of reason why a lot of Biggie fans don't respect Jay like that is because of all of the stuff they considered fuck shit when Biggie
Yeah,
was gone. The
yeah,
if he would if he just would have left out the claiming himself the king, and
Yeah.
just said, hey, Big's the king. Big, you always gonna be the king. If he would have came across like that, I think he would have got a lot more respect from niggas in
Yeah.
Brooklyn. Like that, like even to this day, with Biggie gone, like
Mm.
nobody says Jay's the king of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Nobody. Like they still will say, well, once Big Papa died, that was it. Like he was
Yeah.
the king of Brooklyn because
He's the king of
Biggie
Brooklyn.
really held Brooklyn down.
He held Brooklyn
You know what I mean?
down. And not only did he do that, now I'm not gonna get into all of the stuff Jay did or didn't do or whatever. We all know about that. That's a whole nother story. But but Big up front,
He
out in
embodied
the
Brooklyn.
open, he embodied Brooklyn. He did stuff for it. He bought his people. Like I said, we just said the whole Junior Mafia, other than Kim, was whack, but he still bought them on. You see what I'm saying? Jay did
And
not
he was
do
gonna
that.
go get more. He was gonna go. He was thinking
He
about
had more
putting
people
out
set
these
up.
other dudes that was just like
Yeah.
rappers from the hood of Brooklyn, whatever.
Yeah.
Jay's
So I
never
mean,
Jay's never embodied Brooklyn like that. Like
mm-mm.
Jay. Matter of fact, if you look at all the issues Jay has had with his homeboys,
Yeah.
like Jay got a bad name
Yeah.
around Marshall. Like they don't look. A lot of Brooklyn niggas don't look at Jay like, wow, look what he did, because they don't feel comfortable with saying he's gonna come back to Marcy and
Mm-hmm.
uplift Marcy, and he didn't. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, so
Not
so
really.
a
No.
lot of people have that issue with Jay. You could even look outside since Jay been put on. Who from Brooklyn Jay put on? Nobody. Who from New York Jay put on? You know what I mean? So that's why people look at him and be like, can't really call him the king of New York. He might be the king of rap, like he might be the
No.
best to ever do it, but you don't call Jay really the king of New York because Jay don't really embody New York like
Mm-hmm.
some of these other, like not even, and he's of nowhere near his caliber as a rapper. But I think Diddy's the king of New York. I
Right.
always said that.
Yeah.
Because Diddy is the one that embodied New York, go back, run the marathon in New York. He
Yeah.
stayed in New York. He stayed in place. He didn't go move to London and
Yeah.
move his whole setup to Cali. Diddy, to me, he was the one putting all the New York rappers on.
Yeah. He's one
You
on
know what I mean?
and
So,
it's not like Jay didn't have the opportunity to. Now, I mean, what you call it, Dame is a different animal. Dame went and he didn't put Cam on anyway, but he went and bought Cam in, did business
yeah,
with them because they from Harlem and he from Harlem. So
right.
Dame was more of a loyal person when it came to stuff like that. Jay didn't really show any loyalty, honestly. He just
Jay
didn't
basically
much
for
his
for
thing.
himself, and he pretty much said, the
Yeah.
way Jay looks at it, hey, get it how you get it. I got out.
Well,
You get out the best way you
that's the way he looks at it. He
can.
said it in his rhyme, and I think it was Nickels and Dimes, another one that people that slips by the cracks. He said in there, I got a problem with the handouts. I took the man route. He said, he got a problem with the handouts. He don't like giving out handouts. He got a problem with that. And that's a double entendre, of course, because he got a problem with taking handouts, and he got a problem with giving handouts. And he's saying, I took the man route. So he's saying basically,
man up.
I manned up and I got where I
can.
So that's what he said. So he's never shied away from saying that. He ain't with that just giving handouts. That's just not his thing.
So Cloud 2015, good looking on the super chat. Good looking.
Yeah, no doubt. Yo, like I said, man, Jay, I think that's a good point that my boy made that he brought up. He's like, yo, I feel insulted because why is Jay does not have a right to quote Biggie's verses like he in every damn song damn near. That's and it's not like him and Big was best friends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So when we go to the end and you say, I'm gonna say, I think Jay still would have been a powerhouse in the game. I'm not sure he would have been quite at the level he's at now, because those middle years that he excelled when Big was gone, he would not have been. He was the number one draw in New York then. he would not have been the #1 draw with Biggie, especially after that.
Yeah,
If Biggie would have
it's
lived
true.
after life after death, because that album was gonna do 5 or 6
Yeah,
platinum, whether he was alive or not. Now it probably wouldn't have been diamond
yeah,
if he was alive. It was diamond because he died,
no,
but he would that was going 5 or 6 anyway. So and
yeah.
like I said,
Yeah.
man, if
He,
all
you
in
know,
all,
that album was set up to match. That album was set up to match Death Row and Tupac and them
right, that's
because
right.
as far as sales go, because Death Row was
Was out
killing
selling New York. They
Bad
were
Boy.
selling New
You know,
York.
they were killing Bad Boy with sales. I mean,
Right.
they were killing New York. Death Row, Death Row, and that whole West Coast connection over there, that whole West Coast, they were killing New York with sales.
Yeah.
That, you know, Pac said it. You know what I'm saying? Our shit go double, four, quadruple. You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying, you know, and back then, you know, you was happy if you went double platinum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't until people like DMX came out and he was doing, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, it's like.
Yeah.
So when Biggie's album would have did that, even without him dying, I think.
You know, him dying, I think that album was gonna go 5 at least. But so I
So
think
your answer is no. Then your answer is no. He
I
was
don't
not
think I don't think he's the Brooklyn's finest. I think Biggie's Brooklyn's finest. However,
Jay-Z is New York's
no, right. I mean, he's no longer here.
right.
So Jay-Z is probably because of what he did afterwards and how he embodied the whole business into it, became a billionaire on pretty much uh went from pretty much rap to business.
Yeah.
He didn't act like a lot of these
No.
other rappers went
Right.
into
He just went
acting.
into business.
He don't act like
Nope.
so basically he was just running his company, and to his credit, he pretty much kept it mostly music. And
Well, yeah,
then
he
added
went,
people. And he went
then he
into
went to
the sports
clothing.
thing.
Clothing made a lot of his fame, not fame, a lot of his fortune came from the clothing line. And then he had a couple of, places, like he had the 40/40 club and stuff like that. But his clothing line is what made most of his wealth in the earlier days. People were buying that clothing line, man, that Rockaware.
Yeah,
they were buying that, man. So that's really what did it. But I mean, Rockaware became very popular because Jay became very popular, and Jay became very popular because Biggie died. I'm sorry. I mean, it's kind of like a 60
more popular as Biggie died. And like I said, as far as the greatest rap of all time, I still probably say because he hung on and he was able to do enough in his later years. Like I always had Rakim there, but I always said if Jay goes at about 35 or 36, with the way music was changing, if he could come and throw out some hot shit at that age, then I might have to say this dude is the GOAT. I mean, and he came out that Blueprint. It wasn't a great album, Blueprint 3. It wasn't great, but it was good enough to add on to the rest of his legacy to make me say, okay, this dude might be the GOAT.
Yeah.
I mean, so but I don't think he ever replaced Big in the heart of Brooklyn. When they talk about Biggie and they talk about Jay-Z, they talk about them two different ways. And then, like I said, all of the other fuck shit, going after Charlie Baltimore,
right?
Like going after Big's leftovers, like girls that Big was dating, and then he waits till Big dies. So, whoa, you waiting for me to die?
Yeah,
to holler at him. You know what I mean? So that stuff people remember. You know what I mean? That stuff people remember.
And like you said, that right there makes you think, okay, yeah, that also to me proves that him and Big wasn't like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I mean, we all know, we talk about this passionately. I got a very small circle of good friends, and I don't care if it's 20 years later. If my boy, one of our circle, like Deuce or somebody like that, one of my man's wifey, ex-wifey, whatever, roll up on me and want me to beat it. Nah, man, I can't do it. Not for my real boys. You know what I'm saying? So, Jay was trying. He was making the moves. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
but obviously, that's what he does. That's what you see how that works. But like I said, man, I mean, that's not, I didn't get on here to bash Jay on that aspect, but it's the truth. We got to bring this stuff up in our conclusion on, what I'm saying? On what's what.
Is Brooklyn's finest, and my conclusion is Brooklyn's finest is Biggie. Now I could see people saying, "Well, Jay is the one who's still here, and he became a billionaire, and he can." People look at Jay like, "Wow, he was a billionaire." Yeah, he did, but he, in the same time, he didn't go. It's not like he went back to New York and showed other niggas how to become a billionaire. It's not like he went back and was like, "Yo, you got to do this, that, and the third." He just say, "Oh, yo, you got to watch me," and then just run off. Okay, but how do I watch you? What do I do once I'm watching you? I mean, so
Yeah.
I think Biggie embodied that New York.
Yeah, someone said that's a good point. Said that Jay has a bad habit of pretending people are good friends with him.
Yep.
That's true.
All the
You
time.
can kind of say that because when you think about it, the people that are actually good friends with Jay aren't in the spotlight. Really,
Ty, that's it. That's like his only good friend.
That's like his good friend. I mean, Bleak is a good friend of his.
Yeah, he ain't got Bleak with him either. I thought Bleak was gonna be a millionaire as long as you alive. Why is Bleak back in New Jersey losing homes?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
see, it's stuff like that. It's
stuff like that. You ain't never would have saw that. You would have never saw that with Big.
If Big was alive, trust me, Lil Kim wouldn't be getting foreclosed on no houses.
No, hell no. Nope, it wouldn't be like that. Lil C's, none of it. Because that's why they all knew how much he did for them. That's why they were all so hurt when he died too. I mean, not just because of that, they were close with him. But I'm just saying, but they knew, like, what we gonna do now? Because we can't. They couldn't provide for themselves, So, that's a whole lot of people. Just like what happened with the Outlaws when Pac died. Pac was taking care of them Outlaws. You know what I'm saying? When Pac died,
the Outboys.
Yeah, them niggas are done. Yeah, they're done. Yeah, I mean, they're done. And some of them were nice too. They're from the East Coast too. They're from Jersey, from NEW Jers. So, yeah. So I think that's it. So, Brooklyn's finest is probably Big. I think most people from Brooklyn will say that it's Biggie. You got those diehard Jay fans gonna say it's Jay. Jay is a great. Okay, we'll say this. Jay is a great representative of Brooklyn, but Biggie represented Brooklyn. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference. Biggie was a Brooklyn.
When you think Brooklyn, when people just say close your eyes and think of the first thing when I say Brooklyn, and everyone's gonna say Biggie.
Yeah, the first time he won, when he won the Source Award. Yeah, when he won the Source Award, we did it, Brooklyn. We did it. Everything was Brooklyn. He took the hood with him. He always brought you on his journey with him. Jay is just from Brooklyn.
It's just him and Beyonce on his journey.
Right. He's just from Brooklyn, and it's like, of course he'll never deny he's from Brooklyn. He's always gonna say he's from Brooklyn, but he didn't provide it like that. He kind of just said, "I'm gonna leave. I gotta come away from all of this, and then go ahead and do what I do." And it is what it is. But I think that Threats is something special.
Yeah, that Threats is one of his best songs. He definitely got off in Threats. Like I said, Big and Who Shot Ya just proved that, when it comes to just like raw talent, on a song, being rough, he's tough to get at because he can write, he can go off the top and remember. So he's a tough rapper to mess with, But like I said, Jay's definitely good, man.
Jay is definitely, and like you said before, when we do another show and we break down the GOATs, then Jay is probably going to be on top. If he's going to
be there, he's going to definitely be top three.
Top if he's not
1, 2, or 3.
Because we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to break down our criteria, and the criteria for being the GOAT, Jay has done pretty much all of it. He's done more than he hasn't done as far as that
Right.
goes. This has nothing to do with just record sales. Nothing to do with how this, that, and the other. Him being a billionaire, I could care less about that. Jay-Z is, his everything that we put in our criteria. He's right there. So when we do our GOAT countdown,
somehow or another.
yeah. So there you go. Biggie and I'm sorry, the Biggie fans. Sorry, Biggie fans. Jay is higher than Biggie on the list. He's higher than Biggie on my list, only because number one, his longevity.
I love
longevity is a key. His longevity may put him above Rakim. And I can't believe I'm saying that.
So since we're there, we might as well say, so when people are saying, so who was better, Biggie or Jay? And we're taking them at their prime. When you go and you say, who was a better storyteller? Okay, that's Big. Big was a better storyteller.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, who had more impact? That's gonna have to be Jay-Z, because Jay-Z had only now it is a good reason. Biggie did pass away, but you can't hold that against Jay. You can't hold that against Jay.
Can't hold that against Jay. Jay cannot suffer because Biggie passed. That's just like even with Tupac. On the list, the people who go above Tupac, these guys unfortunately didn't last, and you can't hold that against the other people on the list. You just can't do that. You know what I mean? Because eventually you're going to run out of material to compare against.
So, back to Flo, back to Mike. I said that before. I don't think there's a rapper alive, Rakim included, KRS-One included, the guys with the greatest flows. I don't think anybody has a flow and delivery like Big.
Nope.
But when it comes to lyrical content, it's probably Jay-Z. When it comes to versatility, that's another close one.
Yeah,
I'd probably say Jay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Big.
Even though Big was pretty versatile.
But Big had to be forced to be versatile. The whole Juicy and those songs, it's like, if you didn't have Diddy, would you have pulled that off?
Right. Would you even have wanted to? He didn't even want to do it.
He didn't even attempt to do it. So
he didn't even attempt it. So I mean, longevity is definitely Jay, obviously, because he not only did he outlive Big, he's still, to this day, Jay,
still putting out verses.
Still putting out verses, hot verses too.
It's not like he's in there putting out trash. So
So, and that's tough in this day and age. That's tough because these youngins, they ain't even feeling Jay like that. A lot of the young cats don't fuck with Jay, and I that's not how it is. But to this day, he's still, and I'm talking about the youngest as far as like fans, but the youngins in the industry, they still know Jay is dope. And then the younger people, the Drakes of the world, and all these other cats that put Meek Mill, these niggas know Jay is that man. They know he's that dude.
Yeah.
So.
Jay is definitely that dude, and he's, like I said, the lyrical, the impact, the stage presence. They both had good stage presence. To me personally, I like Jay better in concert. Biggie.
Big had good energy.
He had energy.
A lot of his energy also came from Puff.
That's why he always had Puff on stage with him.
Yeah.
Like Jay the knee Puff. Jay could go on stage by himself.
Yeah.
No hype man.
And you feel that is from the other Brooklyn night. He got that from Kane. Because Kane could rock with no hype man. Right. And all of the stuff he did.
Even though Kane had the dancers.
He had the dancers, but he didn't have a hype man like that. He had dancers. But Jay talked to you like when it almost feel like he having a conversation with you when he's doing his and the way his concert flows, it's like you sitting down having a conversation with him, and then he goes to that and he reminisces. He goes to this is for the day ones. He goes and does his classic joints, and then he's clear. One thing I always got to say about Jay, he's very clear.
Yes, Mike's always clear.
Big up to
the mic malfunctioning.
Big up to my man, Big King Deuce. who used to, drive tour bus. He's driven for Jay's, concerts with Jay and stuff. And these Jay-Z traveled with his whole own audio crew. So like if he came to the Garden, he wouldn't use the Garden's mic system. He had his own.
Oh, shit.
They built their own and had to his whole set. He had a whole set built. So it took a while to build Jay's set before he did his concert. So he really put thought into his concerts, whereas Biggie and him had a lot of energy, but they didn't really put a lot of.
Just go out there and kill a guy. Just go out on stage and act a fool.
a lot
Bring
of
the energy. Follow Puff's lead. Follow Puff's energy.
And this is one of Puff's biggest mistakes, I have to say, before we wrap up. One of Puff's biggest mistakes, and he did it. It proved to me to be fatal at the Source Awards. Why do you let Biggie rhyme over the record? I don't understand that. Why did he do that? He did that a lot too. They did that a lot. Like, why is he rhyming over the record? Because then it sounds like Biggie's rhyming like 2 octaves higher than what he rhymed on the record.
Sounds terrible.
And you're like, and then you hear the record is down here somewhere. And I'm just like, yo, this sounds like they trying to sing. It just sounds terrible. So, and they did that way too often. I saw that too much when you go to the Source Awards, which we'll have another breakdown on the Source Awards. Because we're going to break down the day that Method Man saved New York. So, but at the Source Awards, Bad Boy performed, and they all were singing and rhyming to the records, which it doesn't make sense. Like, you ain't got, come on, all the millions you got, and you ain't got an instrumental to play. What the hell? You ain't got an instrumental? So it's like,
that was a bad job.
Meanwhile, Death Row all performed their songs just to the song, to the instrumentals. And Death Row actually had a better show than Bad Boy. Because like you said, just go out there and kill a guy. These guys just came out acting a fool at Bad Boy. Death Row had the cells. They were in the jail cells and stuff like that in the background. The whole set up. They could set off a bomb on the stage and it went off. They rolled Snoop out on a dirty. Snoop out on a dirty.
They was entertaining.
They was entertaining.
New York.
They had a better show. They had a better show than them in New York. So we'll talk about that. Maybe that'll be the next one.
We'll break down there. So anybody
want to jump on? I'm gonna drop the link in. I'm gonna drop the link in the room. Just in case, before we go, anybody want to jump on?
I want to say anything about Big? Want to say anything about Jay?
Tell me who won. Y'all tell us who won in your opinion. Who won the finals? I just dropped the link.
Who won the battle on the record Brooklyn Finest between Biggie Smalls and Sean Carter, aka Iceberg Slim.
Iceberg Slim. Frank White and Iceberg Slim, the commission. I just dropped the link in the room. Somebody hit the link. You can jump on. You can put your name in and jump on, man.
Afraid. People do it all the time.
We welcome y'all. Y'all, this family. This is family. Y'all jump on and say what up. People were like, oh, no, okay. They're like, oh, no, we'll give them a minute because they got to jump on, put the name in. Let's see if anybody does it. Come on, y'all.
Ask now or forever hold your keypad.
I know, right? Yeah, I'm sitting there. There's people in there. Let's see. Start calling people. I start being like, now I'm going to get into my teacher mode when I used to teach.
If you don't know, if no one suggests this, I'll pick somebody.
I start calling on people. Yo, Cynthia.
No. That's everybody start running.
Start calling on people now. That's what everybody started looking at. I used to teach, and as soon as I start saying that there's no volunteers, then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call on somebody, and then people start looking down,
People start raising their hands.
make eye contact. That's the first person I call on, the one that don't make eye contact. Oh man, so we'll give y'all another minute or so and see if y'all want to jump on. But yeah, so next week should we do? I guess we could do the Method Man one, or do you want to just go ahead and jump into the GOAT?
Yeah, we'll probably just do the goats. We'll probably just do the goats.
Yeah, man. So yeah, anybody gonna jump on? What's good? Holla at your heavy hitters, Heaven to God.
Heavy hitters, come on, y'all. Y'all acting like y'all. Hey, what's up, Shaz? Come on, Elisa, what's up?
What up, Shaz?
Yesenia.
Elisa, Yesenia.
About to love.
Yeah.
Yesenia.
Yeah, right.
Let's see who else. Who wanna know what's on your mind?
That one. Wanna know what's on your mind? No, you had it. They're messing it up. Yeah. Oh man, that's too
I'm
funny.
telling you about. I'm so used to touchscreen. I'm about to grab the screen and try to scroll up and see names. Ridiculous.
Start calling some names out here.
Y'all don't want to come on and make no comments about where's Sam Milne at? Sam Milne don't want to make no.
Well, it all depends because I think Hate Book was hating on us, and but I did put I went on my page and put the link in the on my page. So I don't know if Sam jumped in on this one. I hope he did. I hope he didn't miss it. But
you should have definitely. Y'all got to follow along. But
Shaz said they want to sing for us one day.
Okay. I'll be Michael Bivins. Be like, y'all gonna sing and be boys and men. I'll definitely listen.
Word up.
I'll definitely listen. Well, no, that's our show for this week.
Yeah, I guess nobody wants to jump on.
Yeah, we'll let you off the hook this time because they're just scared. Yeah, they're just scared.
Yeah, you're just scared. I'll let you off the hook this time, but watch out in the future.
Okay,
yeah,
all right, let's go. We'll let them off the hook this time. They're just scared. Yeah, they're just scared.
All right, well, we thank you all for coming out anyway. We want to thank everybody from Facebook that joined us before Facebook became Hate Book and started hating. Now we put the disclaimer up, and they still chopped us down.
Still hate books.
Hate Book. It's all good. Thanks all your heavy hitters, man. They always support y'all. Always support you. Support us and what we're doing. I feel y'all. I applaud y'all for coming in and doing what y'all do, man.
Yes, sir. Heavy hitters, stand up. All the y'all. In case you didn't know, people, all the people from Hate Books.
Everybody joined us from Hate Book. Yo, everybody joined. But this was a good show. I mean, like I said, I don't know who won. We already said that. We already said that Big is the he's Brooklyn finest. And that's what it is. But yeah, next week we'll do the GOAT.
Yee talking about something. My hair too nappy to get on, y'all. Biggie won.
Yeah. Biggie won. Hey, you just saying that because you don't want to get on. Biggie won. That's the easy way.
My hair too nappy to get on. Biggie won. I had too nappy to get on. Maga.
Yeah, Maga. Yeah, that's great. Speaking of that, Dave Chappelle his new latest I don't even know if to call it a comedy stand-up because it really wasn't
Did he do social distancing? Like no audience, right?
No, it was an audience.
Oh,
there was an audience. They had masks on. They handed out masks. And it was set up a certain way, and it was outside too, which was smart. But I want to say it was, it was 8 minutes 46 seconds. So he called it the same thing, and that's the time that George Floyd had the knee on his neck. But
Man,
I have to say, it's not very funny,
oh, man.
but it's necessary. Go out. It's right on YouTube. It's free on YouTube. You can watch it. I'm not gonna say it's a comedy stand-up because it wasn't very funny. Because he was really just you can see he was reading off his notes. He was really just shit. It was more like a sermon. He was going in on a lot of people though.
Mhm.
And it was funny. He went in on Don Lemon. He went in on whatever that chick's name is. I can't even think of her name right now. That that coon chick. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, with the lyrical breakdown, if everybody check out my video on the IE network that I broke down Nicki Minaj's verse in the new song with 6ix9ine, her verse
Yeah.
for the song
Trolls. Yeah.
where she just came right out the gate, answered, went at Lisa Ray, which was a dope wordplay.
Oh yeah. When she said something about even your man
Dollar
thinks that
dollar bill,
Nicki's do
come
it.
get her. Yeah.
Yeah, even your man
Benjamin
thinks
think
Nicki.
Nicki's do it better.
Wow.
So
Dragging Nicole Murphy.
dragging Nicole Murphy into it.
Yeah.
And then she had to, of course, she had to drag Usher into it. Somebody usher this nigga to the clinic, because it's alleged that Usher has herpes. So she said somebody usher this nigga to the clinic. So and then they have she touched on and touched the J. Well, not add J because she's not gonna bring J into it, but Meek Mill because Meek Mills is talking about um 6ix9ine being a snitch, and when she said talking about snitches when the snitches in your camp, and Desiree is now taking over. Desiree is Meek Mill's boss at Rock Nation, and Desiree's a known snitch.
No
She
snitch.
she corrected the feds.
Yeah.
And she came at 4 people, and the slickest thing about that, and this is what we do: we break down lyrics. The slickest lyric in that whole thing is at the end after she came at 4 people. She said, "When I appear, it's a sweep. Niggas start mopping because she came at 4 people, and a sweep is 4 wins.
Yeah.
So she's very much saying I got 4 wins on this record, so it's a sweep.
Yeah.
I mean, so, but see, that's when you're into lyrics and
So now she came at Usher because of what Usher said about them being a product of whatever.
Correct, because of what Usher said about being
Which
a product.
I still feel I don't even want to bring that back up. I still feel a lot of people just was that was unfairly treated, on that whole situation. I don't think he definitely didn't really mean it in that way. He didn't mean no harm to Nicki with that. He was just saying what he felt. And I mean, he really, to me, he really wasn't lying. And in a way, yes, a lot of them are product, meaning it don't mean her lyrics is a product of Kim. It just means that the persona and stuff like that, the way, that was Kim. She was doing that. She was doing that whole, the attitude and stuff like that. Because when you think about it, one thing is like when you look at like Nicki and Cardi, right? One of the reasons why people like Cardi better than Nicki is because Cardi seems to be more relatable, right? She seems more more relatable. She jokes a lot, she smiles a lot. Nicki, always has that attitude type. That's part of her persona, though. I ain't mad at her with it, but I'm just saying that's part of her persona. The attitude, the stuck upness, like that's kind of always been part of how she does. Even when she talks, she sounds stuck up. You know what I'm saying? When Nicki talks, yeah, I'm saying no. Like the way she talks, she sounds stuck up. Where Cardi comes across as your everyday chick, sounds more down to earth, more relatable. That's why people seem to like her and take to her better or take to her more because of that. I think it's a lot of her personality on that. But either way, the stuck upness and stuff like that, Lil' Kim was doing that too. Lil' Kim never seemed friendly when you think about it. Think about when Kim, even when the Notorious K.I.M. dropped, like when you saw Kim, she was on some stuck up, I'm that ish. That's how she always was. So that's what I mean by I agree with Usher that they're kind of like a she's kind of like a product of her, but it doesn't mean that, no, Nikki does, with her writing and stuff, and I have to say I gotta put her
the Bob's gonna come for you.
I don't care. I care less about that. No, I was just getting ready to compliment her. I said, I have to put her ahead of Kim because she's never, it's been known that other people wrote for Kim at times. They didn't write all her rhymes, but it's been known that people have written for Kim. Biggie wrote for Kim. Cameron wrote for Kim.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? So that's happened. You've never heard anybody writing for Nicki. You know what I'm saying? That bullshit rumor that was going, that ain't nothing. If you help out on a song, whatever, but Nicki wrote her own lyrics. So in that case, she's a little ahead of Kim.
And the other
but she's still, that don't mean she's not a product of. That don't mean she's not a product of her though. Just because even if she's better than Kim lyrically, that don't mean she ain't a product of her. You know what I'm saying? Nas is a product of Rakim. You know what I'm saying? It's like Nas is like that too. He was kind of seen like that. So that doesn't mean anything to me. You know what I'm saying? If that's just like saying if it's not fair to say that, Nas battling Rakim. Well, that's not really a good battle because Nas is kind of like a product of Rakim. Some people will say Nas is better than Rakim.
I would like to see that battle.
I mean, I would like to. Some people may think Nas better, but that's the way I look at it.
The verses probably wouldn't be a good battle because Rakim is like so many years and his sound, and the record was different,
right?
By the time
I feel that's almost the same with Little Kim and Nicki too, because even though Lil Kim is a little more recent, but Lil Kim stuff
would be perfect.
Yeah, Lil Kim stuff is closing. Was it 20 years old? She got 20-year-old stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like you can't put her with
older
Nicki.
than that because we're in 2020.
It's different. Yeah, it's different ears. It's different ears. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a good battle. So I don't think I don't really agree with Kim. I mean with her doing that, with Nicki doing that. I don't agree with Nicki going at Usher just because he stated his opinion. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say Nicki was whack. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that's whack to go at him like that. But, that's my opinion. I don't give a shit about Bob's coming at me. It's the truth. Truth hurts. I'll hit you with a little truth. That'll back your ass up. But anyway. So, that's all.
That's the show. Ain't nobody said nothing.
we gave you time. We gave you time
for dropping by.
Yeah, good looking for dropping by.
We'll go back next week and do it again. We break it down. I don't know. We might break down a movie or something. We might switch it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see what it is. All right, y'all. Peace out, man.
Peace.